This is Kelly. And you
This is such an honor to be here that I'm going to try to regain my composure. I can be really emotional. I want to talk about freedom. And first, before I even talk about freedom, let me tell you that in 1997, I was sentenced to 25 to life under California 3 strikes for the crime of forgery. In September 2009, I was released through Los Angeles County Jail System. My sentence was overturned to 7 years with time served across the board. But my freedom did not start September 9th, 2009. My freedom started in approximately 2001 on the inside. I decided that I did not like waking up every morning bitter, feeling like woe is me. You know, I did all the immature, disrespectful things to staff. Oh, I don't care. Write me. When that pen runs out of ink, let me know. I'll give you another one. I said all those silly things, you know. Write me, read me, erase me, all those things. I fought. I made hooch. I drunk hooch. I sold dope. I did all that while I was in there. But it got old. I was unhappy on the inside. The last fight in 4th of July, 1999, I realized that, wait a minute, I'm a grown woman. What am I doing fighting? Grown-ups don't fight. They talk. I was tired of waking up every morning feeling just bitter. A bitter beer face is actually what I had. I was the worst roommate. I was a roommate from down below. I was horrible. And I said, God, you know, I can't do this anymore. This is bigger than I am. You're going to have to take it from me. So what I started to do was to look at my past. Yeah, okay, I come from a dysfunctional family. Mother an alcoholic, father a drug dealer, drug user. You know, started being thrown at the house at the age of 12 at gunpoint. All that, been there, done that. I have 3 strikes because I used to rob. My first 2 strikes were for robbery. And I actually got a thrill out of robbing. So I'm not just here telling you this because it sounds good. Been there, done that, and I decided I did not like that. I forgave my mother and my father. They did the best that they know how, because it's much easier to forgive than it is to hold on. It takes a lot of energy. You have to remember why you're mad at somebody. There are a lot of times, I'm supposed to be mad at you. Oh, you did something about 3 years ago, but what was it? You don't even remember. So I forgave them. And I started accepting responsibility for my actions. No one made me do what I did. I went out and committed crimes because I wanted to. No, it was not my mother's fault. No, it was not my father's fault. It was my fault. I began to accept responsibility for my actions. And when I started accepting responsibility for my actions and forgiving others, a peace. God gave me the peace that surpasses all understanding. My mother used to always say, you know, you can do anything you want to do if you set your mind to it. And I realized I spent countless hours coming up with these ideal crimes. And evidently, I wasn't that good at crimes because I kept going back to jail. But I knew that if I took all that negative energy to figure out how can I get a fake ID, how can I do this, how can I do that, and turn it around in a positive way, that I would pretty much be unstoppable. So I decided, okay, I have 3 strikes against me. I'm black, I'm a female, and I'm a woman. If I get out of here with those 3 things against me and just a high school diploma, who's going to hire me? I got in the Title 15 and I got in the penal code books and I saw that corresponding courses could be made available to me, but there was nothing in place in the institution to do corresponding courses. So I 602'd and I got myself a corresponding course and got my AA on the inside. And the reason that's a big deal is because I'm dyslexic. I struggle big to this day with numbers, hate math, because if you tell me 69, I might write down 96. But I did not let that become a hindrance. I did not allow that to become a crutch for me. I forged through it. And today the corresponding courses in the prison are still going on and women are still getting their AAs behind it because of that. You guys can do anything you want to do when you set your mind to it. But it does start on the inside. You need to learn to love yourself. It's obvious, and I'm not downing anybody right now, but when you love yourself, you begin to want better for yourself. You begin to expect better for yourself, and you do better for yourself, even behind the walls. I got out because I started to do better for myself. I aligned myself within a group on the outside, which got me on the Montel show. And out of that, a dream team came into my life. And now I'm free today. Because I started doing the right thing on the inside. I changed the way that I was thinking. That negative thinking, I changed it to positive thinking. The way that I talked, the company that I kept, all of that had to change. If you weren't about doing something positive to better yourself, to change your future, then I didn't want to have anything to do with you. Okay, yeah, I still knew all of the people that were in the in crowd, so to speak, but they started calling me Miss Kelly or church lady because I really became active in my faith. So it was actually, first it was an insult, Miss Kelly or church lady, and then I began to realize it was a respect that was given to me. If they saw me around, they stopped cussing around me because of the person I became on the inside. The programs make all the difference in the world. Education, you know, I know that you guys have GED courses, probably diploma courses as well available to you. The world looks so different when you can comprehend what's going on. The news even sounds different. When they start talking about politics, you understand what's going on. When you take economy, it makes sense. And when things make sense around you, you understand what's going on around you. It makes you want to become involved in what's going on around you. It just, birds of a feather flock together, you know? So all that negative energy, when you surround yourself around negative energy, it can't help but to rub off on you. All these programs that are in here that are available to you guys can make all the difference in the world. Unfortunately, when I started my change on the inside, these programs weren't available. I was at CCWF in Chowchilla. At that time, they weren't available. But I did not allow that to be an excuse. A gentleman told me today, and he actually almost made me cry. He said that he's going to try to do better. Now, that's a nice way of thinking, but you can't try to do better. Change, this right here, changing lives on purpose, change is a verb. It's a decision. A verb is an action. It's something you do. I have yet to meet anybody that says, oh, I love to wake up in the morning. I love it when I'm mad. I love it when I'm depressed. Oh, it feels so good when I want to go out there and fight. I have yet to meet anybody that wants that. Most people want to wake up feeling peace, loving others, and full of joy. And that is a decision. And I had to learn that, like I said, my freedom came in 2001. And my physical freedom came in 2009 because I decided to change on purpose. I no longer looked at the staff as, you know, I choose not to say the words, but you know the words that you can say when you look at staff. They didn't do it to you. They didn't bring you to jail. Why are you going to get mad at them and disrespect them and cuss them out? You brought yourself to jail, and that's when it comes into play to taking responsibility for your actions. When you take responsibility for your actions, you begin to respect lieutenants and sergeants and AWs and wardens and etc. Because they are not they did not put you here. Is that woe is me is like a cancer to you. You guys got to get rid of that. Again, it is an honor. If you guys can get participate in CROP, Frank Giannetti is a wonderful man. He has some wonderful programs, and you guys haven't seen anything yet. I encourage you to write CROP, to get in and participate in their programs, to take full advantage of you, because change and rehabilitation doesn't start the day you hit the gate. If you think you can sit in here and crush up pills and snort them, and then walk out on parole tomorrow and never come back to prison, you're sadly mistaken. You'll be back. Within 90 days, you'll be back, because change starts on the inside of you first, inside the walls.